Hello, welcome back to Tarot by the Book. So I've had a bit of a time out for a few weeks and that because I think I was getting addicted to the views. I was like, listen, I ain't more views. So you get on the street, it's like, oh my god, and you're watching it and that. And so I had to take time out because I don't want to get addicted to the tech. Use the tech, but don't get addicted to it. Do you know what I mean? So we're gonna do another lay today. Right, and see where the numbers take us today and see where I'm at. I've had a nice time over the Halloween period because I do Halloween, do you know what I mean? So I was out with my mask on and that. I've done a Jason thing on the streets. So that was all good fun, you know what I mean? So we're back on it now. And then we're going to see how this goes and see where we're at today. Had a mad dreams last night. So that's got me a bit more boosted up. So we're going to see where we go today. There's our first card. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, downside up. I'll put that one in. We'll get all these, get our 9 cards. You can do more than 9. So let's see. 9 of Wands, upside down. So I haven't done this for a bit. It's always good to take a bit of time out. The Star, upside down. That's me. I'll have that. Strength, downside up. Strength. Again, well, we'll explain as we go along. Oh my gosh, I'm going to take that one, which is the 9 of Pentacles, downside up. And 3 cards have dropped. Alright, so we're going to go as they come up. The Knight of Wands, upside down. The 10 of Wands, downside up. No, what was that? That way. I'm going to go downside up. 4 of Pentacles, upside down. We'll have that. And then we'll get our last one. Okay, not too bad, 9s. And then 5 of Swords, upside down. So we'll have that. Alright. Okay. What we got? Okay, we've got 2 major arcana. So we've got the Star and we've got Strength. We've got 2 9s, the 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Knight of Wands, so Spirit. And we've got the 4 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. So there's a bit of magic in here somewhere. So we're going to put the numbers in, and we've got the 5 of Swords. And I think the 5 of Swords is always a good card. So I'm trying to get back into the flow of this. So work with me, stick with me for a bit. I'm going to put the numbers in, and then we're going to run these numbers and see where we're at today. Some information that I was going to bring out, but I'm going to leave that. It was to do, I've done a lay. Well, in fact, I'll show this now, right, while I'm here. So I'm going to show that our predictions with the tarot. And this is a lay I'd done a few months ago. Where are we? All right, so where are we? Where are we? We're getting there. Okay, so this is a lay I'd done on the 11th of May. So I just want you to see this. All right, this is the 11th of May, linking to the 14th of October. All right, so there's the lay. Have a look, all the numbers, all the patterns, yeah. And then we link this lay. What came out was, I need you to read this. Where are we? I've basically written North Korea to enter the war in 2024. And we know that on the news they've said that North Korea have sent troops to Russia to enter the war in Ukraine. So I wrote that on the 11th of May. So I'm putting this down as kind of two prophetic situations that have happened. We've got our first one with the two moons. So obviously we've done the lay where it came out about the moon split in two, Surah 54. And then this one on the 11th of May where we've writ, the words are, the Russian Federation recognised North Korea, the DPRK, on October the 12th, 1948. Yeah, so again, we're around that time where the world was changing, where we was going into this next time, you know what I mean? Because obviously 1948, we know, is the creation of Israel. There's also links to that. We're going to go into that later. A new saint is recognised, a new country, essentially. A saint or an individual has been recognised, i.e. North Korea, as its own independent place. So we've put that in. Was born Kim Jong-un, yeah, Vladimir Putin, April 2019. These two countries have a share a border, you know what I mean? So we've also linked in North Korea to invade the Ukraine in 2024. Well, if North Korea have sent troops to Russia to train, essentially North Korea is going to invade the Ukraine. They're fighting with Russia, so yeah, they're actually going to invade the Ukraine, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They're working with Russia. That's two different armies. They're going to go into Ukraine. That's 100%. That's not up for debate. In the news, they've said North Korea has sent troops to Russia to go to the Ukraine. So I'm putting that down as two things that I've said that have essentially come to pass. Right, so I don't want to big it up too much, man, but like we are on point with this thing. Right, so I'm going to put my numbers in. Right, so let me go. Queen, 3 pentacles, 9 wands, 17 star, 8 strength, 9 pentacles, knight, 10 wands, 4 pentacles, and 5 swords. Let's have a look. We got 29. So 17 plus 3 is 20, plus 9 is 29. So we go 29, 11, reverse, 26, 8. Again, we come back to our justice and strength and our balance of the cycle. This is going to be correct because, again, we've got into a new month now. We're just in November. And so all of the new energies and all of the new things that come through for November are going to be balanced and just. This is how I'm thinking about it. So we've got 10 plus 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. Plus 10 is 27. Sorry. It's 27. So we go 27, which is 9. reverse is 6. Yeah. And then we've got 10 plus 5 plus 4 is 19. So we're going to go 19, 10, 1. And then reverse 16, 7. So we've got, what's this? 11, 19, 20, 21. 21, which is 3. And then we've got 6, 7, 8. So we've got, what's that? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 again. So we're on 3s today. All right. So now we do our down numbers. 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. So we've already got 3 3s. 1, 3. We'll put our 12 in. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22. Which is our 4. And then our 13 underneath, which is 4. And then we've got 10, 20, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32. 5. 23. 5. So we've got 9, 10, 11, 12. The reverse of the 21, 12, which is 3. And then we've got 12 again. 4 plus 5 plus 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got a combination, we've got a flow of numbers there. So, and then we've got another 12. So we've got 21 and 12. That, the world and the hangman. Sorry, my nose is a bit runny. Right, so this outcome of 21 and 12, the hangman in the world at this time, we've got 3, 3, 3, 3, 4 3s, and then we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a pattern. That's a pattern. You cannot get away from that. 3, 6, 9, 12. It brings us back to a 3, and 3, 6, 9, and we've got. So we're putting this in. Look, that we can see that that's a pattern straight away. So we're going to go link angel number 3, 3, 3, 3. So we can have a look at that online, go online and check that. And then we're going to link, and then link pattern numbers. In fact, we can go, we've got 1, we've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we've got the 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 in the outcome, because we've got 21, 3 and 12, 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got all of the first numbers. They're all there. That's it. So we can do this in 2 ways. We can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then because we've got the outcome of the 21, 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 2 is 3. We've got the 1, 2, 3. It's there. And then we can go 1, 2, 3. So we've got the first 9 cards of the deck. That's without doubt. We've got from the Magician to the Hermit in that outcome. Look at the outcome. You can see all the numbers there for the first half. For the first half of the deck, not first half, but up to 9. Up to 9, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So pardon me, that to me says that all of those cards are embedded. All of them cards are constantly at work. So we're going to see where this goes and if it links to a book. Well, I think this 6, 7, 8, 9 is going to link to the I Ching. So I'm going to check my books and see where I'm at, and then I'm going to come back to you with the explanation of where this is. So I just want you to hold that in your head. Again, if you're looking at this, I would say go online, put in angel number 3333, see what that comes back as. And obviously we know that that's a positive number. That's 100% a positive number. And we've got our 22 and our 13 in here. So we know we can link the sun and the moon as being very much in balance. They've got to be in balance. Because of the outcome of these numbers. You know what I mean? We're only following the numbers, and we can see that there's definitely a pattern here. 27, 28, 29. This links to the end of the month. True. Meaning that we're on the 3rd of November today. But don't forget, we're slightly out of sync, because we recognize that each month is essentially 28, 29 days. So if the month ends on the 28th, so really ends on the 28th, then we have a false 29, 30, 31, yeah, which really should be 28, 1, 2, 3, which would be today. Today would be the 3rd of November, do you know what I mean? Because the month really should end on the 28th, the 29th. We've already said that we think the month should be between 13 months of between 26 days and 29 days. But we know it really should end on, and this is why we have the 27 and the 29. It should end on the 28th. Do you know what I mean? 29th. So then we go, or if we went 29, we'd go then 1, 2, 3. 3 days have passed, 3 days of rotation. So this also is what this number 3 links. 3 days of rotation before we got that have already passed. But don't forget, we're out of sync. So now we're on 3 days of November, but we've gone up to 31 days, and that 31 days it's true, but it's not true. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we've had this expansion of the year, and don't forget this 13, this 31 here is the end of the month, falsely, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? If you was to take the calendar all the way back, you wouldn't have the 31 days. Okay, this is an embedded thing that we hold now. It expands the year for us. And again, I don't like to say that it's not wrong or right. We need expansion. If I'm talking about this and I'm saying, well, yeah, we need to expand the year cycle, and I'm saying I think it should go up to 369 days, well, we do need to add more days into the year cycle. Do you know what I mean? But those days need to be added in correctly. Do you know what I mean? So that because this shows how old the tarot is. The tarot is directly linked to moon cycles. It's not really linked to the sun cycle. It's linked to the moon cycles. This is why it keeps coming up as this, where we come up with this 28 and this 29, because the tarot is essentially feminine. It's essentially a goddess tool, isn't it? You know what I mean? We know there's a goddess and it's a balance, but it's essentially a goddess tool which has gone from matriarchy over into patriarchy. This is why the tarot links to these patriarchal books, because this was the flip over. is it that we're in a process, I think, of going back into this matriarchy, and the feminine principle now holding more of a dominant position? Or is it that we're now in a balanced position? Because again, we keep coming up with our 11 and 8. Is it that now we're actually going into a time within the world of a true balance, where it's not the dominance of the masculine, it's not the dominance of the feminine? These two are actually now coming together and working hand in hand. Do you know what I mean? And this is essentially what we'd like to happen in the world, isn't it, really? No, I don't look at women as just objects for sex and that, she's got big tits and all that kind of nonsense. Do you know what I mean? She's a woman. These women are brained up to death. Do you know what I mean? So any kind of ideology of men are better than women, and do you know what I mean? And she can't do this job and only like, that's just not that. That's just nonsense. Like, that just don't even make no sense. Do you know what I mean? And it's like the same way with money. A man's going to get paid this much to do this job. A woman's going to do the same job and get paid less, because like, you cannot get away from that not making any sense. Do you know what I mean? That's like actors. There's two actors in a film. Okay, you can say that the one actor's a bigger actor than the other, so they get paid more dough. But essentially, they are both acting. Do you know what I mean? Like she's the leading lady, he's the leading man. Like, they're both acting in the film. That kind of male dominance is kind of retarded. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a fair example of who's doing the most work. like if there are two people acting in this film, if the one actor's not acting as well as the other actor, the film ain't going to work. So there could only be a balanced amount of money, because if that film works, it matters not that the leading man is in more of the picture, he's in more of the pictures, because without the leading lady, the film's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? Because it's their chemistry in it. So things like that have to be balanced out. If a woman can be prime minister and you can have like, they're both going to get paid the same amount of money, because they're both holding the same position. So that is something that now has to come all the way down. Do you know what I mean? That has to go across the board. Now, we can understand that societies have certain rules, women in this position, men in that position. Whether that's right or wrong, that's the case. But there still needs to be a balance. Whether that's something that happens outside of the home, but when they're in the home, there's more of a balance. Again, we're not going into all of that, not too much anyway, but we can see that this outcome is showing me that it's about this kind of, there's definitely this 333 is definitely a positive outcome, and definitely these numbers in this pattern order, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 10, but we have got 11, we have got 12, and we have got 13. Do you know what? I'm even putting that in. And we've even got the 10, because we've got the 19, which is 10, which is 1. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to put in the 10, the 11, the 12, and the 13. I'm putting that in because it's there. There's the 10. There's the 11. There's the 12, but not in the end position, but it's there. And it's there twice. 12. And there's the 13. So we've essentially got all of literally the bottom half of the deck. We've got from the Magician to Death. And that is the key to this, from the Magician to Death. because you have to die. That magician has to die to his old self. You've got to go through the first run of the ladder of that tarot. Essentially, you've got to become the hermit. You've got to go in and do the inner work. Then you've got to love doing that inner work. Then you've got to know how to control that energy, which is the chariot. And then you've got to have strength doing it. So we can see how this whole process, and you've got to be the Hierophant, because you've got to go into these realms and you've got to be like, you got to learn, you got to understand what it is that you're seeing and what you're taking in. You got to be an emperor. You know what I mean? Because you got to learn how to hold your back straight and ground all of that fear. So really, this is where you're supposed to be. Like this is the first time I'm doing this now. Like, so I've took time out. I haven't done it in like 2 weeks. This is the first time I'm doing it. And then the first time I lay these cards out, we still come to a process that even somebody watching this is going to recognize the pattern that's there, because the numbers are there. You can see them. They're there. An outcome of 333, and it's the 3rd of November today. Do you know what I mean? Like, so even that is essentially right for the day cycle. Now covered over. You know what I mean? But this is 3 days of rotation, and it's the 3rd. So in both aspects, it works. Yeah, I'm taking this as a very positive start to the month. Do you know what I mean? Because this is how we're starting the month. We're starting with all of the major players in order. Do you know what I mean? They're in order. And this is what we want, because we're looking for that mathematical order plays into your spiritual order, in it. You're not out of order, you're in order. And we can see this with the numbers. So I'm pleased with that. I'm happy with that. I'm going to see if there's a link to the books. So I'm going to come back to this. But essentially, yeah, I think that's like, yeah, we'll have that. Look, the first run. So all of them numbers, but I'd say check 333. So I'm going to stop this now. Then I'm going to come back with hopefully the connection to the book, or to what book this connects to. Thank you. Please subscribe. Obviously, I've just missed out for a bit, but not a problem. We get back on it. And again, we're showing that this is embedded. It's embedded. It matters not whether we do it for 3 weeks, whether we don't do it for a month. Essentially, we do it all the time, but we always come back. You should always be coming back to something that is recognizable. That this is not all about just random, just saying, oh yes, the Queen, this, that, and rare. It's not about that. That's again, as I've said this before, that's an aspect of it. But we want to try and ground this in a bit of a foundation where it's relatable to many people in the reality. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not just saying to you it's wish fulfillment and just believe me. And even though essentially you could say that's religion, you could say religion is wish fulfillment. There's no evidence. You're just believing in something. Okay, then that may be the case. But this tarot is only showing me to books that essentially quite a few people do think that way. Do you know what I mean? They do believe these books. I do believe these books, because there's no way we can go from the tarot to these books and we can show that there's a link. Come on, man. We've done this enough now. It's not up for debate. Do you know what I mean? The link is there. We'll put the mystical aspect back in. And this is the link now. So I'm going to get back to you. I'm on the case, and I will see you shortly. I'm going to upload this one now. So safe.